What's up, gang? Welcome back to another spotlight on our EUCs. Today, pretty obvious what we're looking at. It's the veteran Sherman S. Now, to say this is a feature-packed wheel is, in my opinion, an understatement. Not only does it have a whole heap of really nice, well thought out features, but it's also got the performance to back it up. We've had the Sherman S's in the shop now for probably 8 weeks, maybe a little bit longer. Our first batch is completely sold out. Our second batch is almost fully sold out. We've got a couple left. We are only getting in currently the 62-pound suspension. They have just announced a 66, which we will be getting in a small selection of in the very near future. So if you've been holding out for that Sherman S and you want the 66, either in the Sherman S or in the Patton, send us an email, shoot us a message, lock one down, because these are already selling very quickly and pre-selling for the 66-pound suspension. Before we go and ride, really quickly, some of the basic specs. 3000 watt motor, 3600 watt hour battery. It's a 100.8 volt system from memory. Really nice, super bright 18 watt headlight, dual beam. Really cool built-in indicators. That's nothing out of the ordinary. What it does have is built-in laser guides on the rear, which you can activate by doing a long press on that headlight button. Now, the side of the body is magnesium alloy, and it's really strong and quite lightweight. That makes the wheel only 44 kilos. Now, I know it's funny to say only and 44 kilos, but if you compare it to other wheels which have very, very similar or the same or even less than the specs, 44 kilos is very, very good. The box weight is just around 50 kilos. A couple other really quick things to point out before we go ride. It comes with a built-in seat pad. It's very, very basic, but it is there. It's usable, but I think we'll see some really nice aftermarket seats coming out very, very soon. It doesn't come with any side pads, jump pads, whatever you want to call them. We've put some Type B factory pads on there. They seem to work pretty well. They lock your feet in, give you good acceleration, really nice braking. There is an aftermarket company which has released some really nice ones. I'll put a picture on the screen here. We've got them on order. They'll be here in about 4 weeks time. Mid-May, we will have them in stock ready to sell. They're already on our website, so if you are interested in a set, check them out. I'll put the link in the description. We've got, I think, 30 sets coming, and we've already pre-sold 15s. But don't wait too long, because I'm pretty sure the first batch will sell out before they even arrive at E-RIDERZ HQ. Not much more really to say. Let's get our safety gear on. Let's go for a ride. I'll tell you about how it rides, how it feels, how it handles on-road, off-road, cornering, all that jazz. And we're going to talk in depth about the suspension. The suspension on this is its party trick. It's feather in its cap. It's just the best suspension personally I've ever ridden. When I hop on this, I just shake my head and go, how is it so smooth? Jump straight into the spotlight. First of all, let's talk about the tire choice. The Sherman S comes with 2 different tire choices. You can get the knobby or the street tire. We are only stocking currently the knobby tire at E-RIDERZ. It was the one we've been asked for the most. It seems to be a really nice mix of on-road and off-road capabilities. It doesn't have much or any railroading or train tracking, whatever term you want to use. The road noise is minimal. Now let's move on to the mechanics of it, more specifically the motor. It is a 3000 watt motor, and boy does it perform well. It climbs beautifully, it accelerates really nicely. It has a really nice cruising speed, like you get up to 60, 65, and it just doesn't feel like it's laboring. It's just really comfortable. I know it can go faster, but on a private track at 65, it just feels like effortless, which is really nice. Now, taking a look at these pedals, again, these are a well thought out included pedal. So you've got your really nice gentle spikes. They're not extreme, but they're certainly enough to grip your shoes, and they're adjustable in length. So you can actually lengthen or shorten these to suit your foot size. These are on the smallest setting right now, but you can make that larger on each end. Another really nice inclusion is the kickstand. The fact that that's included, it's just on every wheel, and it works really nicely. This one is really stable. It's got a nice wide footprint, and it's not gonna fall over even in pretty strong wind. Now just really quickly before we get to the fun part of the video, the off-road riding, the battery, 3600 or 3600 watt hours. So it's a really good size battery. Not the largest, but it's up there. It's made of 50E cells from Samsung. So not the 40Ts, not Moly cells, but in a pack this size, it doesn't really need to have a massive high discharge rate. The 50Es in this pack type, in the 3600 watt, 100 volt system, is plenty unless you are an extreme like uphill racer. It's 21700 cells, so really nice capacity. And we're predicting for an average rider going above average speeds, probably 150, maybe a little bit more in range, 150 kilometers that is. All right, now the main selling point, in my opinion, the suspension. The custom built Fast Ace suspension. This thing is beautiful, and it's got loads and loads of options. 12 levels of compression and 18 levels of adjustable rebound. Makes this wheel very, very agile, customizable, and just friendly off-road. Now this is where the Sherman S really does come into its own. These sorts of trails, tracks, off-roads, that Fast Ace suspension combined with that 3000 watt motor just makes this wheel so able. It takes on the uphills, the downhills, the trails. It's just a lot of fun to ride. Super quick before we end and wrap up, I do need to say one thing I don't like about the Sherman S, and it's not a deal breaker at all, but if I didn't mention it, I know you guys would. One thing I don't love about the Sherman S, the trolley handle. This is such a tough, well-built, strong EUC, and I feel like they've let it down with this handle a little bit. Now I know there'll be aftermarket ones, I'm not too concerned. I just wish this was magnesium alloy as well. Really strong, two-piece, whatever, however they do it. But that, it just, the wheel's so big and you know, 44 kilos, it just, I feel like I'm putting a lot of pressure on this trolley handle. But I know, if I've only got one complaint, I should be very, very happy, which I am. This is fast becoming, if not already, my favorite EUC at the shop. Right, let's wrap up the video really quickly. Sherman S, really well built, strong EUC, 3000 watt motor, 3600 watt hour battery. Woo! Right headlight, laser tail lights, indicators, adjustable pedals, no pads in the box. We sell the aftermarket pads, they're on pre-sale right now. Kenda 262 tire or a street tire option. 3 suspension types, 58, 62, 66. We only stock currently the 62 and the 66. If you want the 58, we can get it, but you have to order it in and wait about 4 weeks to have it in the door. As far as the usability of this wheel, it really is an all-rounder. Off-road to street with no issues. The 262, the Kenda, handles the tarmac, it handles the off-road, it handles the bumps. Woo! It handles wet roads as well, really, really well. So massive, massive thumbs up. Sorry, really windy, I hope you can hear me. Massive thumbs up for the Sherman S. If you've got any comments or questions, chuck them down below. If you are thinking about getting one, woohoo, make sure you get your order in now. We've got a couple left and we've got a new pre-order coming in about 4 weeks time. There'll be some 66s in there, and I think we'll also have some Pattons in that container as well. But if you are looking at getting one and you're not sure, send us a message. We can talk to you about it. If you're in Queensland, come in and try it. Take it around the car park. If you're really interested in it, we can book some time and we can take you for a little ride around the block so you can feel how well this EUC performs and handles, because it really does do a good job. That's a wrap.